Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I want to reach out to all of you and see how all of you are doing. Anyway, I just got done making a great video, and that one is called "Are You a Numbers Person?" And if you are, you gotta check it out. I'm not gonna tell you any more about what that video is about. As you see, I still have that number 777, so anyway, I want to reach out to all of you and to ask you, I hope you were able to get out in nature. I hope you were able to go out and take a hike, and in my area this is perfect weather for me. It was probably about 80 today, and I did get some color. Not expected. I wasn't expecting that, but I was out in the park doing yoga. I kind of really, my morning got a little late, like I headed out later than normal, and I really like starting out early in the morning. Like really 9 is when I want to head out and do my meditation and yoga. That way it's a little cooler in the morning. And by the time I get done with both of those, it's almost like 2 hours, to get that done, is then it starts really warming up, so I try to beat the heat, but hey, the universe had something else in store today. So anyway, I love all of you, and I just want to say, hey, are you trying to be the change that you want to see the world? And there's so many ways that you can be that change in the world. And anyway, before I get started on this video, if you are new to my YouTube channel, you can find me at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K. Plus, you can give this video a thumbs up, you can share it, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can leave a message down below. Plus, you can ring that notification bell, that way you do not miss any videos. And if you want, you can also contact me. The best place is at Instagram at 1995 Starlight. Facebook is not the best place to get a hold of me, but you can, and that is at Kathy with a K, Digmit Starlight. And the reason why Facebook is not the greatest place is Starlight gets nailed a lot of times with scammers out there. Where once I realize who they are about, then I block them off my Facebook. So if you are watching this video, and if you're going to try to do this with me, it's not going to work. So if you're looking for money on Facebook, I am not that girl that's going to just hand you money. So if I do find you on my Facebook and I realize that you're posting stuff on my Facebook, like in whatever country, wherever you come from, and yes, I am about helping people, but I do understand there's a lot of people out there. They can have fake pictures of little kids. I can get pictures anywhere off the internet. Just because some person has pictures of little kids that look like they came from another country, and that they look like that they are not eating and all that stuff, doesn't mean that those are real pictures and real kids. I just took a picture of a guy with a beard and, saying that he wants you, and because I put that on a video for teenagers because I want them before they get them, I want to warn them because of the stuff that's going on out there, and they are the target in this world because they are the future. So, that's why it's so important to support the teenagers. They need our help. They are our futures, like to guide them in a good way, because there are people like on my Facebook and maybe on your Facebook too, that are just trying to scam people, and they're trying to take people's money. So please be careful on Facebook or any site that you go on. Don't fall for it. There's a lot of scammers out there. They even try to bring, I have a special friend out there, and they try to deceive me, trying to make me think that he gave me his telephone number to call him up, and I got a hold of my friend, and I'm like, hey, did you send me your telephone number? And then, like he let me know, no, I did not do that, but it's your face, your name, your face, So you got to really, and that just doesn't happen. This happens to a lot of people that make YouTube videos. They see that these people are making really good money, and that's what they're after. So don't fall, ladies, especially you. Because the guys are always aiming at the women because they know we're like, Starlight's always helping homeless people out in my community. It's obvious they're sleeping outside. They are homeless. I help people out in the wintertime. They were sleeping out in the wintertime, and yeah, Starlight helped them. It was obvious that they were homeless. You think that they wanted to sit out below, like zero temperature out in the wintertime? Absolutely not. So that was obvious that they needed help. So there's times that they will think that Starlight, because I say I'm a millionaire and I'm abundant, they go, hey, she said she's a millionaire and she's abundant, let's go get Starlight. You ain't getting a penny. You could call me all kinds of names, which I will block you. So if you're watching my video right now, I will block you. Don't ask Starlight for money on Facebook. I am not ignorant. I am not stupid. I am smart. So, and that's what this video is about, is being positive. And so that is why I want to make this video. It's not about the scammers out there, but I'm just warning all of you beautiful people out there. I'm not going to block you if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and you watch my videos and you're looking for help. Absolutely not. But, you might want to delete some of those people on your Facebook if you're going through what I'm going through, because that's how we're going to nail that. And I did try to report somebody before, and, I'm like, it was kind of, it backfired. They didn't really do anything. I tried to report that person in, and, they wanted me to report, like to get rid of my subscriber. I'm not going to, I wasn't going to delete this guy I'm subscribing to because he's my friend. He's been helping me out. I'm not going to delete him off of YouTube. So, you're not going to get a whole lot of help by reporting these people in, but you could try. So anyway, tonight, in my area, it's getting nighttime here. Of course, it's still like daylight, but like I said, hang on, I gotta get a sip of water. Hang on. I normally don't do that, but I had my throat was getting a little dry from talking so much. So anyway, I want to really talk to you, and it's about being positive. And I know some of you might have been brought up with family that weren't so positive, and that happens more than you think. Not everybody gets brought up with positive, a mom and dad, or even, grandpa or grandma, or uncles and aunts, where a lot of you might have had family, that maybe were into gossip or drama, and you might have never known it, and, we're, it's too funny how this stuff happens, though, where some people are drawn to negative information. They're always looking out instead of looking at the positive things that you're doing, right? They look at, they try to look and find anything negative that they can find out about you, and so some of these people might ask you a lot of questions, and there's some people, this is the way society is, though, I've seen, is I have a beautiful old boss, and it was Father's Day the other day, and he's the guy that helped me out when I was homeless, and he didn't know I was homeless, but I got hired with his company, and he was such a beautiful boss. He really did. He really was. Even his brother. I worked for both of the companies, and they were the best bosses. And so on Father's Day, I'm like, hey, I have not talked to my old boss in a long time. He doesn't watch YouTube videos, and he doesn't know anything about how to use the YouTube, where if he did, he would be watching my videos to check some of the stuff out. But you know what? I have not talked to him in a while, and we kept on wanting to meet up with each other. But then, life happens, and I decided, you know what? Because of Father's Day, he really was a great dad. I really love the guy so much that I reached out to certain people, like for Father's Day, like my son, because he's a great father. I was reaching out to dads that, that really were or are good dads, and I have to say I've had a lot of people that were negative about me starting my own YouTube channel, trying to have me to think of fearing stuff and doubting stuff and not helping me to believe in myself. And really, since I started my YouTube channel, besides you, you're watching my videos, you've liked my videos, or you've subscribed to my YouTube channel, you have inspired me. I've gotten some beautiful messages, I have to say, on Facebook. I had a video that I was doing videos on Facebook before I even started my YouTube channel, and some people that might watch, I don't know if they even watch any of my videos, but they, might have watched some of my videos on Facebook, and I don't know if I don't even know what videos they watched or what they didn't watch, or if they, watch any of them. They're a busy person, where, I did make a video, a while back, so I'm not sure if any of you watched any of these videos on Facebook, and I did everything upside down when I started, to be honest with you. I didn't know what I was doing, and so I did get a lot of help by a special friend of, corrected me in a good way, let me know that, you got it, it's like, you can't do it that way, you got to, do it this way, and so I've been learning, but I did make a video about forgiveness and stuff, about letting, you got to let that stuff go, and, you got to forgive people in the past and stuff, and, so I've gotten some beautiful messages, especially on Facebook, more than I do on YouTube, so I really encourage you, and I do have some beautiful, beautiful people, a couple that reach out to me here and there on YouTube, and they're my little cheerleaders out there, and my whole point is, what I'm trying to say is, I've also made videos about people that might want to try to, end their lives, where they liked my videos. They might have not have reached out to me, but they liked my videos because they were getting help with my videos. So, it's so important to be positive in life. Don't, if you got people, and believe me, I get them, where you get people that don't believe in what you're doing, and I just made a video where, I said how I feel like I'm related to Noah. Noah built the ark. I loved that story, reading it when I was a kid, not a kid, but an adult when I was younger, where, it just like my imagination was going wild, and it was really beautiful. They actually have this, and I can't remember what state it was. It might be Pennsylvania, but I can't. They do have where you can go and pay for this. It's well worth the money. Is they have where they actually have like an acting bit, and they had this big, place building that you go into, and I did this long time ago. It is awesome. If I could go and watch it again, I would. I don't want to ruin it though, but they do have where they actually do shows like that, where they have a bunch of people that act out, and they might have singing parts, and dancing parts in between. And they did have like it made it look like a big Noah's Ark while you're in the building. Imagine that, the Noah's Ark in the building. And they had really real animals, so it was a trip to, and I really believe it was Pennsylvania, because I did live in Pennsylvania before for some time, so I'm not sure, but you really ought to check that out if you can ever find it, if you're interested in that kind of thing, because it will blow your mind. It really, how they did the whole Noah's Ark thing, but I always felt like I was related to Noah. I really did. I'm like, whatever his blood type is, I have the same blood type, because, I was always curious though, where did I come from? What part of what planet did I come from? But anyway, be positive. If you're trying to do something and, maybe there's some people, they might go to college, for a degree and all that stuff. And, I can't tell you what to do. And, some people might, I do know somebody that wants to, he was, a nurse, and he was going to college and stuff like that to try to he wants to be a doctor and stuff like that. And where some people might try to trip them up or something like that, and try to lead you in a different direction. And people might be negative about something that you might have this, you might want to be a singer, make music, play music with a guitar or piano. And or maybe you're an artist, like I am. I am an artist. I know, I can create things if I wanted to, if I put my mind and heart to it, and, there's other things. I am capable of so many things, so I want to get some of those things that I can do and work on those things, and a big part of it is not get distracted, so if you got music that you want to play, like a song that you want to create, you know, believe in yourself. Believe me, you got to believe in yourself. And the reason why I brought up my old boss, and I talked to him for hours on Father's Day night, because he was with his kids all day, and I knew it was like a hard day to get a hold of him. I'm like, oh yeah, he's got kids. It's Father's Day, so I wasn't sure if I was going to catch up with him or not, and I got to give him a credit. He hasn't seen me in years. He knew I had my own cleaning business, and he always checks up on me and see how I am doing. He is such a great guy, and I worked my butt off for his company, and he was really amazing. Is because he knew I had my own cleaning business out here, and I ended it, and he didn't know that, and he just found out about it. And you know what? He did not discourage me. So I do. I love him so much. He is what I call a friend, because like he has helped me, like he said he would have helped me out more if he didn't know I was homeless until like a year later after I was working for his company. He found out by accident. I never directly told him. It kind of slipped one day, and I said something to one of the workers, and he found out. But you know what? He doesn't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. He doesn't know really anything about YouTube videos. But you know what? It's great. He didn't discourage me either. I've had so many people discourage me from, this is what I want to do. This is what's in my heart to do. This is what I want to do. And you wouldn't believe how many people try to discourage me or put doubt in my mind. I'm only, really, it is really horrible. So, that's why you really want to be positive. If you got something that you got to work on, or you want to work on, or something that you think is, maybe you even think that you're like, my heart is in this, but it's bigger than me, but my heart is there. Keep doing it, keep going. Believe in yourself. You got to. Sometimes I have to. I don't want to use certain words at all. I don't like those words, but it's saying I don't like something, but it's a stronger word, and I don't like to use that word because it's a very powerful word. Words are very powerful, but believe in yourself. Don't give up, and don't get distracted. There's going to be people that are going to try to trip you up, and we're in the Bible. It says we're not fighting against flesh or blood, but against principalities and rulers in dark places. So really, sometimes people might be trying to trip us up, but it's really not them. There's something bigger than you can imagine that is using that person to use them to try to discourage you. So don't get angry with that person. Believe me, please do not get angry with that person. That's why it's so important to forgive them. Sometimes, you know what? You just got to let them go. I have had to let go of a lot of people to get where I am today, and I am, you got to have those blinds, a horse blind on you, and just you got your your goal, your whatever it is. I got a list of things to do here. I got so much going on in my life right now, and I keep on adding to my things and list. I'm like, but you know what? Every day, like today, guess what? Today, I got some stuff done. Tomorrow's another day, but I'm going to stay in the now right here, but, hey, I conquered this today. I got that out of the way, something that is on a things to do list. And then, tonight I can work on more steps, to do something more. Like Noah, you think that, it took him time to build, people came along and they were, they thought he was mad. They thought he was drunk, like Noah, what the heck are you, like what are you doing out here, And he did. He was building that Noah's Ark, building it. And then, like he said that there's, going to be a flood, and people thought he was not, like drinking too much beer or something, or, maybe he had some spirits in him or whatever, causing him to do something like that, and so I give my old boss a lot of credit, really. This same man actually helped me with my car. I got in a car accident in 2018, and you know what? He told me years ago, because he knew I've gone through some stuff in my life, he said, you know what? If you ever need anything, don't hesitate. Call me. If I can help you out, I will help you out. And you know what? He didn't just say that. And you know what? He was such a gentleman. A lot of the times I've actually had so many men when I had my cleaning business promising me that, oh yeah, I got a job for you. Oh yeah, I got a job for you. Oh yeah, I got this, I can get you some work. You know what? I didn't see it coming. Where this man, when he said something, he meant it, so I went to him, like asking to borrow money. I had to ask money, I had to ask like 4 to 5 different people to ask to borrow money because I didn't have any money. My car just got totaled, and I was in the hospital for, like maybe 15 days or, they were trying to keep me in there, locked in there, so I was so stressed out. I was thinking I was going to be homeless. I already made a sign. I was going to actually walk down I'm not making this stuff up. I already had the cardboard already made. I had a sign and I was going to stand right down the street like they do in my area, and I was going to, but I wanted to work. It's just I didn't have a car, but being a female, put myself there out on the street on the corner is really risky stuff, even guys. It's risky for guys and girls to be standing on the corner. Like I wanted to put a sign, like, like really all I needed was money to get a car so I can keep my cleaning business going. But this beautiful guy here, like his word was his word. He said, hey, if you need me, if I can help you anyway. And I did. I asked to borrow so much money, and he, let me borrow money. And, I worked my butt off. Like I found a car, and I got back on my feet, got back out cleaning houses, and I did lose some clients because of all this, got back out in that field and started plowing again, to be able to pay my bills, so I thank that guy again, just the other day, hey, thank you, and because of you, my business survived, I didn't have to go out and be homeless. He would have never let that happen anyway. He would have let me stay at his house, because he knew I was homeless before. But you know what? If you got something that you think that is bigger than you, you got to change that way of thinking and believe that you can. It just takes step by step, really. You got to believe in yourself, and there's some times that you do. You got to let people go. And, and to understand your thoughts are not your own. As a part of this message is, I have like, you can't see it in this room, but one of these days I'm going to sit on my bed. Starlight's going to sit on her bed, and she's going to get all comfy with you on her bed, and you'll see the way my bedroom looks, it is lots of stars in there, You know, it's not your everyday bedroom at all. You know, my whole bedroom is, you know, like inspirations, you know. So one of these days, I have to do this too, because I say it, I got to do it. And so really, you got to be positive, you know, believe in yourself. And if you get a negative thought, remember, it's not yours. You know, don't really, it happens to me still, you know, I might be around somebody, or I might go out in public, and I might come back home, and, you know, like a thought might pop up, and, you know, sometimes I'm right aware of it, and I'm like, you know, because it's my old way of thinking. You know, it's my old way of thinking. I got to get rid of that, and I have been working hard on that. So that's why affirmations are very important. I did make a video on affirmations. You know, I am powerful. I am abundant. You know, look, you know, I am abundant. I am rich. I did this not too long ago to a stranger out in my area. He was blown away. You know, like he was a guy that was working for the city, because doing what do they call that? Community work, you know. And I just happened to be friendly with him one day, and then he kind of called me back to him because he wanted to hang out, and I'm like, So I ended up talking to him, and I sat there and talked to him maybe like close to an hour, you know, out of the blue, you know, because the universe guided me, you know. I asked that day to be guided, and this is where the universe brought me, and brought me to somebody that needed help. You know, this kid, young kid got in trouble, and he had to do community service, you know, pick up trash on the ground, you know, because him and his brother did something wrong. I don't know what it was, and it's none of my business, but his brother was there, you know, and, you know, so I was telling him about believing in himself, and, you know, like I said so many things. It wasn't me, and I told him it's not me talking. Believe me, all this stuff didn't come from me. The universe is using me to speak to you, because the universe knows that you need help. And that's why this is not by accident that I am talking to you here today. You know, so I did tell him affirmations, and I did it with power, you know, and I said, you know, and I was telling him, you know, like, I am taking back my power. I am powerful. I am rich. I am abundant. I am beautiful inside and out. You know, I am kind. I am creative. I am talented. I am too. I am very talented. I am friendly. You know, so you want to check those out. There is a whole bunch of affirmations, guys and women, on YouTube. You know, really check them out. Listen to those every day. If you're having a hard time being positive, you know, maybe you're around people that are negative, you know, where, sorry, my throat is, really, like, it's a way to reprogram your way of thinking, because your thoughts are not your own. You know, a lot of times that's what it feels like. They are your thoughts. You think they are your thoughts, but they're not your thoughts. So if a negative thought comes in your mind, please do not pay a whole lot of attention to that thought. Just like, recognize it. Just don't judge it or anything like that. Just like, you know, and just replace it. Just like try to, just like a nice passing cloud. It's there, going through. Just observe it. Don't like pay too much attention to it. You know, and if you're around people, you know, this happened to me when I was younger, is there's people that I used to hang out with, maybe they were related to me or whatever, where, you know, where not only being positive is people that complain a lot. You know, you know, like, you try to be positive. You're like, oh, isn't it a beautiful day? And I did make a hiking video, because this happened when I went hiking one day, and I didn't put it out. I got a lot of videos on my computer that has not been out yet. And what did this couple say? Oh, well, you know, it's supposed to, like, rain next weekend. You know, like, I was just blown away. It was just like that day would have been like a Tuesday. It's like, really? You're already saying it's going to rain? You know, like, and really that weekend that they talked about, really, I'm like, you know, sometimes when they say it's going to rain, it's like sprinkling. You know, and that's all it did. It didn't like rain, like heavy rain. It just sprinkled, you know. So that's why you don't want to get so wrapped up with the weather, people. Is like, We can't, if everybody didn't believe in the weather at all, if we all, like, if the weather people said there's going to be a snowstorm, you're going to get, like, I'm just going to be funny with you and say there's going to be, like, 15 feet of snow coming in your area over the weekend. If we all didn't believe in that, I believe it wouldn't even come. But because we believe what the weather people say, and then it brings more energy to that belief that that's going to happen, and then it can happen. Even though it might sound like a real lie, it's a scare tactic a lot of times, even like when they use COVID, so you do really have to be careful. And I understand if you live in an area and they say a tornado, that's a lot different than a snowstorm or, that we're going to have rain. But if it's a tornado watch in your area and you do get hit by tornadoes, yeah, you got to, pay attention to that. But again, it might not even happen, So even though they said, next week a tornado is going to be coming in your area, don't really believe it until it actually, the day before, and then check the weather out the day before. Is it really going to be a tornado? Because things change, with the weather all the time. So you want to be positive, and like I said, if you're around people that are not positive and they're always negative, like you say something positive, they got something negative. You got something positive, they say, they're always, like, you might have to let that, and that's what happened to me before. I had to let people go a long time ago because they complained about everything. You try to look at the bright side, they found something to, to opposite than what you were, so really, I did thought about visiting somebody. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, because, I got remembering, I'm like, yeah, they complain a lot, and I really don't want to, I don't want to spend time with people that are going to complain because it's going to rub off on me. And that's exactly what happened to me a long time ago, is that I did hang out with somebody, and, I hung out with them so much that later on I was walking around and I was acting like them. And then one day I snapped out of it. I'm like, why am I acting like this? This is not me. It wasn't me. I was acting like them. So the affirmations are very powerful, and that's how you can really help, reprogram yourself in the way you think. And you gotta, in the beginning, you're gonna listen to them, and you're like, but I'm not that, and I'm not this, and I'm not this, and I'm not that. That's how I started off too. But you know what? Keep watching them, keep listening, repeat them, say them, And I am going to make another affirmations video. It's just like the day that I made that video, the rain, the water was so low into the stream of water. The first day I did a video in that area, the water was so powerful, and, it was great for affirmations video, but I had to have a list of stuff because I would forget all the affirmations, because I had a whole lot of affirmations to read off of a piece of paper. But you do want to have feelings with these affirmations, and it's best to really repeat them, and after a while, you'll start believing that you are worthy, you are enough, you are rich, you are abundant, I like saying, I have so much money flowing in my bank account, so, I am taking back my power. I am free. I am free. Let me see what other ones. That's why I had to have the list, because I do this while I'm driving. I can't listen to YouTube videos when I'm driving because I have my GPS going. Normally I would actually listen to YouTube videos. Like I set it up before I drive. That way I'm not goofing around with it. And I will drive down the road, and I'll be driving for like an hour to get to that hiking place, and I have the GPS telling me how to get there, and here I am absorbing all these numbers all the way, writing numbers down and doing affirmations the whole way, all the way there. And sometimes I do affirmations, or definitely always checking my numbers out everywhere, like 88, there's the times that when I go to certain hiking places, I don't know where the GPS is going to take me, and it will take me on the road where it's 88, the route 88 or whatever. And so 88, 88, 88, 88, so then later on I got to check that number out. What does that number 88 mean? So you got to check these videos out. I just made one is, are you a numbers person? So that's, and besides, are you searching for guidance? And it's really connected with, would you like to learn how to have a dreams journal? And, so you really got to check those numbers out to understand how the universe uses the archangels. They're always out there trying to help us out. And you might think, that crazy chick, Starlight, where does she get this from, Laugh at me now, wait until later on you start getting those numbers popping at you, where you're not even looking for them, like, what the heck? That Starlight chick on that YouTube channel, she sent these numbers, and now I'm getting these numbers. What the heck did she do to me? It isn't me. The archangels are just trying to get a hold of you. It's the way they call you up. It's their cell phone. They have a way of getting a hold of you. Like we use numbers, they use numbers. And the numbers really do. They come from the Bible and numerology. So really, numerology is so good to learn. I was learning that a long time ago. My brother was teaching me about numerology and with your date of birth and all that stuff. So I did. I learned a lot of stuff from him. So it really is really important to be positive. You can do this. You can. I have faith in you. And no matter what anybody else says, you can do it. You have the talents. You have the tools. Everything that you're looking for is inside of you. Everything that you ever desired in life is inside of you. It's not out there, outside of you. It's inside of you in your heart space. So, you want a beautiful lady, or, all the guys want beautiful ladies, don't they? Like, it would be nice if I got a handsome guy, I'm just kidding. There is somebody handsome out there. But it's not about his outwardness, it's about the inward, Starlight's got this thing for guys that are intelligent. That's a good heck of a way to sweep me off my feet without me seeing it coming, and that's exactly what happened. So I believe in you. You have everything that you are searching for in your heart. And if you watch me, you're watching me right now, I will have more videos. And I can't tell you everything right, like in one video. That's why I have to break everything up, kind of like baby steps. So then kind of like what I had to go through when I went to church. First, they don't start, would you give your baby a steak, when they're still feeding off the mommy's nipple, like breastfeeding? No, you wouldn't give it, it doesn't even have teeth yet, So with me, I can't give you, first I got to give you like some formula first, give you the milk, things that are sweet to the taste, later on it might be a little bitter, and it is funny, it does say in the Bible, things that are bitter to your taste, sweet to the stomach, and things that are sweet to the, like your taste is sour, there's something like that. I'm not going to remember how that goes, but there is something funny about that. So there might be things out there that might taste nasty, but they're great for you. Do you like garlic? Starlight does. Starlight loves garlic. I actually make my own garlic drink in the wintertime to keep, to keep colds and stuff out of me, keep that immune system built right up, and I actually ate so much of that before, you could smell it. I didn't even have it on my breath, but my family's like, I can smell garlic, and I'm like, that's me. It was, I ate so much of it, it was coming out of my pores, I didn't even know that could happen. It's like, that's funny. Sorry, I got this itch here. But yeah, you got to be positive. And like I said, you might have to let some people go that are not positive, if they are a bad influence in your life, if they are tripping you up. And before I go, really quick, I did have a hiking trip I went to the other day, and you wouldn't believe it. There was a stream of water, and I got to it, and there was a family on the left-hand side, and there was a man that was standing in the middle from another country. I don't know who he is, but I didn't know any of these people, and I was scanning the stream of water that we had to go over because you would get wet if you didn't do it right, and I was like kind of. I always do things on my own, so I'm always used to going my own way, like doing things on my own. So I was looking at the little stream of water, believing in myself, looking to see an easy way to step on the stones, because you always got to be careful when you're stepping on rocks or stones or whatever to get across the stream of water, because they could wobble. Even wood, you got to be careful. Wood can be slippery, when it's wet, and it was very wet that day at this hiking place out in Vermont. And so there was a family on my left, there was a guy in the middle, and I was heading over on the right-hand side trying to cross over. The guy in the middle, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe this stuff. So he was distracting me. I don't even know why he even said anything. He's like, oh yeah, like he acted like he knew everything, like he knew everything, what was going on, and he didn't. He could have talked better out of his butt than out of his mouth, because really, anything that he told me was all wrong. Everything. So he told me, yeah, you could get over the river, the stream of water where those people are. So here I was almost going to be halfway across the stream of water, and he caused me to stop, what I was doing. And I don't know why I did this. I should have just kept on. I just should have believed in myself. But I was thinking maybe the universe is using this guy, like to guide me, to direct me. So I did. I listened to this guy. Absolutely wrong. So the family that was trying to cross over, they had a little boy with them, and but they couldn't cross over. But I thought the guy knew what he was talking about, so I decided to listen to him. But they didn't know how to get over the stream of water. So they said, hey, we were checking you out because we thought you were going to make it. They were watching me, but I didn't know that. I was focused on, what I was doing, not realizing that they were observing what I was doing. And anyway, I went over to see what they were doing because of this man, which tripped me up, really. So you got to really be careful out there. There are people that are out there just to trip you up. And it's really not them, it's what is inside them. And because we are not fighting against flesh or blood, but there is something deeper than that. There is something controlling these people to be and say what they say. So you got to be aware of that. So it was a lesson for me to learn. So I got over where the family was, and I looked at where they were at, and I'm like, that doesn't look like, that's not where Starlight. I am really good at crossing over stuff and finding ways out of stuff, always getting out of stuff. And so I went back to where I started, because where they were, that was not a good area. Where I was, it was the right spot. And it is kind of funny. I still went, and I did get over the water, and they all, the family cheered me on. They're like, yay, she made it over. It's so funny. And then the guy that was standing there that tried to tell me to go and follow that family, that he didn't know what the heck he was talking about. That guy also told me another thing that was not true. He told me the waterfall was at the beginning of the trail. Totally wrong. So you got to watch out, people, because there's people out there that are going to trip you up. And anyway, I continued on the hiking trail, left the family behind. I figured, hey, if they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't, because they did have a little boy. They could have done it. I believe that they could have done it. So anyway, I went up the trail, and I had to head back early because of the time. And I was out in Vermont, not in New York. So I didn't really make it all the way up to the top of the mountain like I wanted to see the waterfall where it was. So anyway, I was heading down the mountain, which was very rocky. And the family that was behind me, that was trying to cross the stream of water, they did make it over. And you know what they said? They said, you helped us. You helped us to find the way through, because they followed what I did. They actually followed my way of getting over the stream of water. And it's kind of funny, on my way back down the mountain, like to get back to that stream again. There was another guy that was looking, he's young, younger than I am, and he was looking at the stream of water, and he was like, I see where he was going. I'm like, I'm not taking that way. That looks kind of risky. And I went the same way that I went through on the stream of water, the same way that I went up. I said, I'm going the same way. That worked out, And I'm very clever. I am a little clever girl. And there's like a branch, so I grabbed a hold of the branch, like it's an arm, like the universe is giving me a hand, and I just like went right over like it was nothing. And that guy was stuck back there for like a while, like he had a hard time, getting over, the stream. I don't know if he ever actually went and did it the way I did it, because I made it look like so easy. I did the boop, and then there I was. So you got to believe in yourself. Sometimes you do. You got to watch out. And this is recently I had to let somebody go because, I am going this way. That's it. I'm going right this way. This is the path that I'm going. Some people are going to try to trip you up, and they're going to try to say, no, over here. It's over here. They're going to try to pull you over that way or over this way or over there. You've got a goal and you're working on something. Put those blinds on. I'm serious. Cover your ears. Do what you want to do. Forget about everybody else. This is where you're going. That's exactly where you want to go. Do what you got to do. If somebody's like, hey, no, like, you're doing it all wrong. Here, follow me. Don't follow them. Don't. Because that guy that was trying to give me all that information, I was heading back to my car, I was like, like, what the heck? That guy didn't know anything that he was talking about. Everything he told me was opposite of what really is. So the ball was up on the mountain. It wasn't down I was already down at the bottom. I was like, it's my first time being here. But you do have to be careful. Anyway, I'm so sorry. This is longer than I wanted, but I had to throw that story in there because really you do have to be careful. Anyway, this is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could share it. You can subscribe. You can leave a message down below. You can ring the notification bell or push that button so you don't miss a thing. And, because that's what I do with all my subscribers. If I subscribe to them, I do the little bell, and I click, I put the all button, that way I can get everything I can out of them, because they are helping me out to become my greatest version one way or another. So anyway, I do love all of you. You can get in touch with me also at Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I do love you. As you notice, I do like to talk. Sometimes I do talk a little too much, and that kind of makes it hard when I'm so alone and by myself here in this apartment. I talk to myself and the angels in the universe. So anyway, I'm not alone. I have you guys with me. And I do love all of you. This is Starlight, love, and light. Peace.